Hi, welcome to Mystic Frequency. I'm Lisa, and I'll be your collective tarot reader here today on February 21st, 2026. But no matter when this reading finds you, especially if it's further down the road, whether that be a month, a year, a week, the next day, there's a reading here that your guides are trying to reveal certain pieces of information that will benefit you greatly or make you more aware of the energy that may be shifting into your world, if you will. Now, if you want to go ahead and dive into this reading right off the bat and kind of skip the intro, especially if you are someone that returns to my channel quite frequently, you are more than welcome to dive into the timestamp within the description below. And for those that are new, I always like to first off say happy birthday if today is your birthday. If it is not, then always find something to celebrate in your life, whether that be an achievement or a goal, or maybe you even kicked a habit that you've been striving to, complete and no longer, repeat, if you will. And I just appreciate everybody making it another trip around the world and just being here and just allowing their energy just to travel through. And, at the end of the day, I am so proud of anyone that comes to this reading and they take any information I have and use it to better their life. So I'm very proud of you for being here today. And thank you. Thank you for being a part of this channel. And going into my disclaimers, I cannot give professional advice, but I can share personal experiences from all sorts of period of my life. I'm currently 32 years old, and I have a lot of things I've gone through in my life with my own family and my upbringing, and I've just had, it's been a ride, guys. So if I think there's an experience I've been through that may assist the listener, I will share it. But I'm also going to share, whether it be through the oracles or your spirit guides, ancestors that are coming through, and just trying to find ways to connect with you more, then I'm going to share that with you as well. And if this reading is not resonating for you, do not worry. And also don't try to force a reading to, align with you if it's not clicking. Know your situation. If it's not for you, think about who it may be for you, or for you in your circle if you are close to someone and it starts to sound like them. Now, if it does, you are more than encouraged to share this reading to them if you think it will benefit them. I'm a big advocate for sharing. Sharing is caring. And lastly, what you can do with this is imagine you are creating this toolbox or belt, and you're carrying it with you each and every day. And when you finally come into this energy, you will already know what you need to do with it. And it's like having your own little personal, flip book, or, those calendars that people use to get the motivation for the day. This is what you can use that for, a little bit of inspiration, if you will. But let's go ahead and dive into this reading before I yammer even further. Okay, so today's energy, we have Uranus in Scorpio in the 10th house. So Uranus, this is a big energy to even have, that is letting you know there is major change going on, especially in your professional life. It's intense, and there's going to be a lot of emphasis on opening up to possibility. What do you dream of doing right now? What do you want to become? What is something in your life that you are yearning to adjust so that way you can align yourself with areas of your career? Or what is it that you want to spend the rest of your life doing that you would actually want to get up and out of bed? And they say when you are doing something you have so much passion and light, it doesn't feel like a job. It actually feels as if it's just, a part of you, and you're not expending any energy whatsoever. You're doing something that was actually your soul was meant to do. So think about what you were wanting to do in this moment and look at your public image and how people view you or how you step into the world. This is a time where you are going to be pioneering something. You are the path forwarder. And that can be intense, especially if you are uncertain of what path you want to take today. You probably have been going through all of these, you know, I'm imagining this career fair. And you are just going to booth after booth after booth, and nothing is clicking for you. It's like, this isn't really what I want to do. And you may have this uncertainty of what it is, but that's because you weren't meant to do something that was normal. You were meant to create something that was totally new for the collective. This is your life purpose we are talking about, that is not traditional. This is a life purpose where you are the one that is creating the strategy here. This is the kind of job where you are going to be exposing quite a bit about you that may have been hidden over time. And it wasn't until you kind of like trusted the unknown and just threw yourself into this kind of change, not knowing where it was going to lead you. And you may even find that, you were looking for some kind of structure, some kind of building, something that would help you be disciplined. But your life mission, like I said, it's not the same as everybody else. You may even find that, there are unconventional methods that you are having to do just to find where you're going to fit in this life. Things are hidden. Doors are closed. And it's like every door you have tried, nothing was opening for you. And you may have clicked into this reading because you were needing something to let you know, well, where is my door? Where's my door for me? And it, this makes me think of, oh gosh, the movie Encanto. I had to really think about it. I actually had to have my daughter come in here and tell me, because your path, I feel like, is very similar to the granddaughter's path. Remember, she was supposed to get a very special door just for her. And when it was time for her to meet her milestone where she would get her magical door with her own, magic, she was very disappointed, and everybody thought that, she was the reason why the whole house was falling apart, because they thought that the magic was just going to die. But in reality, and I'm sorry if you haven't seen the movie, but in reality, it was just, she was going to be picking up, her grandma's gift. That's ultimately what it was going to be. She was going to be passing off her grandma's gift was being passed off to her. And I feel like with you, your door is not going to be the same as everybody else's door. In fact, you are being given something from your ancestors, from someone within your own bloodline, your own spiritual team, your soul family, and the gift that you are being given, so that way you can, even have it's like, it's hard for me to say this because it's very secretive. I'm only being able to show you just, the tip of the iceberg here, but what is meant for you in this life, what is meant for your purpose, is for you to choose that for yourself and not look for someone to give it to you. And think about what's working in your life. Think about what's not. And the more you start finding what is working for you or lights you up, that's when you're going to be able to make that radical change that needs to happen. But this upheaval is for profound growth. And it can be very deep. Like I said, I'm thinking of that iceberg now. Like, you can only see what's up here, but your guides, there is so much down here of your true, authentic power that you have. that they want you to start, breaking through the ice so you can find those deeper layers that you may have suppressed or hidden. You may even felt like you couldn't trust yourself to create a path just for you. You may have been looking towards everyone else's journey and thinking, wow, that's great. They have something for them. But my dear, the journey that you need is the one that you're going to make, where everyone's going to turn and look and say, I didn't even realize that was a career in the first place. You are opening up doors for other people. You created a door and opened it. You walk through it. That door is now a brand new career door for other people to explore now. And that is whatever this may be. And we have so much advancement in recently for, with just technology alone. And these cards did talk a little bit about technology. So if you are creating an app, or if you are franchising something of any kind of nature, or you're representing a group, or you're creating a group or a business, and it's just lifting off. I heard battleground. It's like, because anytime you are creating something, you are entering into a battlefield of your own, and you're having to compete for your own, for your own unique ideas to actually make it ahead of everyone else. But you've got it. I will say that. But things may feel very disruptive when this energy is coming in. But it's necessary for your ultimate destiny. Be okay with the secrets. And if you're worried about, being unable to share what it is that you are working on, just know that your guides are coming in to protect you while you are going through this transition, while you are creating this revolution in your life for the, just not just for yourself. I feel like this is for the collective even. You're breaking traditional power structures down right now. You're proving that you don't need to just work a 9-to-5 job. You're proving that you can choose your time when you want to work. You can choose your schedule that fits best for you, your family, your life, not on someone else's terms. You are making the terms your own. And you're proving to others it can be done. When I was in my early 20s, I remember seeing on the news how people or these universities talking about how, like, anyone who gets their degree online wouldn't be considered a degree, that they need to actually sit in a classroom in order to get their degree. Otherwise, it wouldn't, you couldn't get hired at any kind of establishment with whatever degree you got. And now look at what we have created. People are getting their degrees online. People are getting their degrees in their 60s, their 70s, 80s, 90s, you name it. People are getting their degrees, in an unconventional timeline that is breaking the norm. Now people are, they're having their family first, and then they're going to school. They're doing what is right for them. And your guides are like screaming through me right now to say, like, do it on your time. Do it when it's right for you. Do when it feels good for you, not for someone else. This energy that is coming through that is radically changing everything for you. Yes, it is intense, but they want you to start making your own terms today, your own structure. You are creating the discipline where you are training the collective to not settle for less, to purge what needs to be purged. So that way you can let anything that needs to be renewed in this life actually be renewed, because it's been a long time coming, and you are the person that is going to do this. And you're working with shared resources that have come to you through through the spiritual realm, if you will, shared resources that you have picked up over time, the connections you have made over time, everything you have learned there has been a point to it. Any kind of subject matter that you have dived into and then maybe had jumped into a different subject matter, there was a reason why you were jumping back and forth in between these, these different periods, if you will. It's not even periods of time. I'm just saying, like, as timeline is going forward, you have been branching off in all sorts of different ways. And yes, it has been hectic, but you don't like to work with solid structure. You want a flexible structure in order to be able to propel yourself even further and faster ahead of everyone else. And you look to those that can help you with that. You are connecting with people. And you're sharing it with others. Psychology is probably something that has been very, very good for you. Like I am somebody that, like, I don't know why I took the classes I did, but I loved early childhood development. I loved orientation to teaching. I loved psychology. I loved any kind of class that would help me understand the mind and how we grew and, we develop and how other people affect our development. But you are seeing that as well. And you're taking this information and this knowledge and you are sharing it with the collective. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you don't have your own tarot channel, please, I encourage you to do so, because we need more people like you creating doors and showing others that you can create your own life without needing to leave your home. You can still make a difference and reach those that are out there. And it feels safer too to do so. But you're really good at investigating things, researching things, trying to figure out what is going to make the most change in this life. I can go all day into this energy, but my collective listener, if you are here and this is resonating, please show us the door. Show us the door so we can see what it is that you are creating. You may have the key to a door that we've all been trying to open. But this energy, you're being pushed to accomplish. And that can, you have a weight on your shoulder that most people can't carry. Your guides already know what you've accomplished, and they already know what you are going to accept right now. You're not settling for less. You're creating your own work terms, your own schedule. Your public image is the one that you define, not what everyone else wants to see. It's like, if everybody has a trend here, you are not following that trend. You are radically changing, what people expect. And I love that. But let me go ahead and just say that you are meant to revolutionize your field of work, being the path forger who brings and gives deep, hidden, or transformative elements into the public spotlight. And I love that. I love that. I truly do. And I'm so proud of you. But let me go ahead and dive into the animal energy that is coming through. So we have frog. And originally I did have my other animal deck out, but this frog specifically was the one that really wanted to leap into this reading. But prosperity is coming to you. If you have been waiting, if you have been doing all the healing, if you have been doing the metamorphosis for your life and doing the work, purging when you need to purge, letting go what needs to be let go, forgiving when you need to forgive, so that way you can bring in more love and more resources for your, for your goals. But prosperity is coming into here, and this frog has the ability to keep hopping into change, and it doesn't settle for less. It doesn't stay in one mode or one shift. It moves forward, and when it realizes that whatever area it is sitting in becomes very dry, or they've immersed themselves too much in what they have been focused on, they will go back to where they will be rejuvenated, renewed. But this frog knows how to let things go, so that way it can clear a path ahead. It's very cleansing, and it knows how to do self-care regularly. It knows how to heal itself when it needs to. And, spending time in its element, fusing. And I love how it termed that, fusing together. Where it's like, it's not just breaking bits and pieces of itself off. It's not shedding its skin. It's fusing the elements all around it. The water, the earth, the way in which it breathes. It's fusing it together and making it one thing. So if you're starting to feel like you're very overworked or undernourished, find ways to fuse again, to heal, to release what you need to. If you enjoy going to lakes, rivers, oceans, maybe even a bathhouse. I've never actually been to a bathhouse, and I have been thinking so much about that today, as a bathhouse. But, taking in the minerals of the earth. You may even find that you want a practice to help people find ways to heal on a more natural basis, where they're not having to take in all sorts of different chemicals or elixirs off the store counter, if you will. It's like you want people to be able to find their own personal elixir that is, it's just for them and them only. Now, your divine oracle, we have release and let go just a bit and go with the flow. Even when things are crazy, even when you have a lot of change going on, just imagine yourself being, I just had this image of a witch that had a broom in her hand, and she was spinning in circles, and the dust and everything, and it was like magic powder was coming up. And then once the dust settled, her whole room and atmosphere and even herself changed. And she just kept going, she kept spinning because she knew that she was having to steer something. She was having to fuse something together here. But go with the flow today. And if you've been stuck inside, try to find ways to step outside for fresh air. Your affirmation, we have optimism, being optimistic, being, embracing the unknown, embracing that everything is going to be okay. You're going to be prosperous. You're going to be able to get through this. You're going to be able to find that door for yourself. But the more optimistic you are, the more luck will fall in your hands. Expect powerful change. I mean, I don't know how many cards are going to say change. Change is coming. You can feel it. It is in your bones right now. But change is coming. And then we have a moonstone again coming out. And I'm sorry if my room is a little dark. I'm doing this so much later in the evening than I normally would. So moonstone is nurturing, the divine feminine, intuitive. Drawing power from the divine feminine, moonstone connects you to goddess energy, activating your intuition. Moonstone can boost clairvoyant gifts and metaphysical powers, asking that you trust in the unknown, beyond what you can see in this realm. The reflective nature of the crystal is much like the moon phases themselves, a cycle of change from new beginnings to full release. Moonstone balances masculine energy with the feminine touch, teaching the art of receptivity and serendipity. It is especially potent during the waxing moon, with moon in Cancer, Libra, and Scorpio. Change is coming, and it's like your guides are like, please just trust the unknown. Trust that there is so much that you already have it. It's already part of your iceberg that you are traveling on. You just can't see it yet. And before I head out, I'm going to go ahead and give you this Starseed Oracle card, and I'm actually going to read from the book, and then we'll be on our journey. The Great Severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that you are causing, or that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let the painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. So, how are you cutting yourself off from love? How can you soften toward those who have hurt you? But this is the great severing that is creating radical change in your life. But I hope this reading finds you well, my dears. Please let me know how it resonates. If you enjoy this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And have a real blessed day. I'm so sorry that it's not one of my normal readings. I normally have tarot cards, but I've been on a mountain all day. But I can't wait to see y'all next time. I love y'all so much, and I'm ready for the next one.